back. So you guys might notice I'm riding something different. So I'll give you a little bit of history on what's happened in the last 6 weeks or thereabouts, maybe 4, I'm not really sure. So a little bit over a month ago I was riding home. It was late, wet, and there's a lot of tram tracks near where I live. And I honestly can't really remember too much about the actual incident and what happened, but the police said I slipped on the tram tracks, which I do remember. I remember riding along and then all of a sudden, shit, front wheels come out. I remember sliding, seeing sparks flying up into my face, and then the last thing I saw was an SUV, which I slid right into, and I smashed my head on the back where the tow bar is, fully smashed my helmet in, broke the visor went into my eye, cut my eye open. I was unconscious for about, I don't know, let's say half hour, 40 minutes. I was just out cold, and when I finally came to, it was the funniest feeling. I thought I was in bed, and I was waking up going to work, thinking, oh fuck man, is it that time already? And I slowly started to come to when I realised I couldn't actually move because I was pinned halfway underneath the car. I was doing about 60, I believe, and I hit it virtually straight away. Banged up my nose pretty good. There's going to be a video where I show all the pictures. Well, not all the pictures, I guess. There's some things that I want to show. Bike was a write-off, and I was almost a write-off. So the police, ambulance, pretty much everyone said I'm incredibly lucky to be alive, which is very true. And let's say I have a real healthy fear of tram tracks now. I think they're evil, especially in the wet. Fractured my wrist. I was in a cast for a while. Busted up a rib, and I severely twisted my ankle. But in saying that, I am okay. It's an experience. I'm definitely wiser, a little bit less naive, I guess. Tram tracks still scare the shit out of me. Even in the dry now, I just look at them and cringe. So, as a part of my recovery process, I bought a new bike, bought a new helmet. It's very fucking noisy, so I've spent a few days just plugging the whole thing up with like cotton wool in all the air holes because I was getting headaches from how cold it was. Which seems a lot better now, so I've like, yeah, gaffer taped it all, put a whole heap of cotton wool everywhere, like literally just jammed it in wherever I could find. The new bike, well, it's a Yamaha MT-07 Lambs edition for Australia, so it's a little bit different to your overseas versions, slightly less displacement, 655. Obviously it's got a throttle restriction, yada 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 yada. However, compared to the Ninja, oh wow, what a difference. And I mean that sound, just listen to that sound. Sheriff, boo. Still the indicator on. So this guy is obviously going to drive around a car park, scan people's number plates, see if they've got anything outstanding, and then they clamp the wheels and basically extort you to pay on the spot or you don't get your car. It's pretty messed up, but that's welcome to Victoria. You know, there's many things they could do, but driving around car parks, preying on people, I don't think's the right thing to be doing to help people. Anyway, back to the bike. So it has pretty much all your factory extras that you can think of. It's got the adjustable levers, tie detail, radiator guides, chain guides, and the metal pegs. Last but not least, that exhaust. So that's an Acrocombi, or however you pronounce it. I can never get it right. And that thing sounds so good. One thing I did not really like about my Ninja at all was just the sound. It sounded very weak, tinny, a bit girly. I don't think it suited me and my personality at all. And I couldn't really scare anyone. You know, I gave it a shot a few times, no one even really turns their head. But this, man, I made people jump 3 or 4 feet in the air. It's pretty funny, bit of a troll. Even though I've blocked up all the vents in the helmet, I'm still getting air in. I'm not really sure how. I mean, I've looked at every single vent, even around the front and the sides, and I'm still getting a lot of air. I think it's through the visor, but it's bearable now. The other day, riding on the freeway, the amount of cold air that was coming into my face and my head was giving me quite a big headache, and I'm just not feeling it today. So it looks like I've done it right. Had 2 attempts at it. The brakes on this thing, pretty good actually. So no ABS, and I've locked up the front and the rear a few times, but you know, that's all a part of learning, I guess. But this is such a great hoon bike. It's really good for commuting as well, just effortlessly. The torque is great. I think it's got twice the torque of my Ninja, and a bit more power as well. Oh, thanks to the fucking heart attack. So if my mic doesn't sound too good, apologies. This is actually literally the first time I'm testing it out. New helmet as well, new position. I bought a new mic, so I slipped the old beanie from the old mic onto over the new beanie, so I've got two mic beanie things, whatever you want to call them, noise cancellations. So hopefully that makes it a little bit better, because I did notice on a lot of my other videos I had a fair bit of wind noise sometimes, a little bit choppy. I mean, that was, would say about 70% throttle, really shifting short. I'd have to wind the Ninja right out for that. Touching base again on my accident, it really puts a lot of things into perspective, just how fragile and short your life can actually be, especially while riding. Like, it was no one's fault, it just happened. Wet, bit of inexperienced. I also did have a brand new tyre on that Ninja. So brand new, all the lines were still there and all the paint and stuff that you get when you first buy a tyre. That probably did not help. This bike, it definitely feels safer, much more stable. I don't get blown around in the wind nearly as much as I used to on the Ninja, which is obviously a really good thing. The tyres are much fatter, seat's more comfy, it's a little bit higher, and the pegs, I'm not a fan of where the pegs sit, because they're pretty much right where I need to put my feet down. But all in all, much happier with this bike. Yeah, baby. It lets everyone know I'm coming. It's really good. Done a couple of accidental power wheelies in first and second, which was pretty surprising, because as you can imagine on the 300, that's just not possible without a clutch. Still haven't really managed to do too much with the bike because of my wrist. It's still very, very sore because I've only just come out of the cast. But it's okay that I can ride. It's okay enough, I guess. Oh, I should have gone there. Oh well. But yeah, guys, if I had one message for this, I would say life's pretty fragile. You know, take care of yourselves. try to minimize the risk by not doing anything stupid if you can. And if you got parents, go see them, tell them you love them. Because yeah, you can get snuffed out pretty quick. And as far as your light flashing before your eyes, the only thing that flashed in front of my eyes was sparks. I didn't see anything like that. No light at the end of the tunnel. I woke up in a pool of my own petrol, and because it was raining I was frozen cold, I was shivering, and the tyre was wedged on top of my foot so I couldn't move. I was completely stuck. It was actually one of the scariest moments of my life, because when I woke up it took me about 15-20 minutes to actually realise, you know, how I'd even gotten there, because I was completely blacked out. I had no clue. I thought, you know, someone had run me over, which completely wasn't the case. I was very confused and disorientated. Man, traffic fucking sucks for 12:40. It's a bit unbelievable. Still getting used to the width of the bike. Confidence isn't there. I haven't really morphed into the bike, as you probably understand what I'm trying to mention.